Hello everybody, this is Maniac4Bricks, and I'm here with a semi-update about my upcoming unofficial LEGO fan book, Bizarre LEGO, about all different lesser-known LEGO facts, products, and history. If you haven't seen the first teaser about this, you can check the iCard in the top corner of the screen. You can also find the link for the video in the description. It should be the first link in there, and it's also in the pinned comment in the comment section. I welcome the opportunity once again for people to ask questions about the book. You might want to wait until after the video to ask those questions though, because I might answer a few of them right here now. For this update, I'm going through a couple more things, how the writing process has been going, and hopefully we get closer to the book's publication. I still have my goal set to have this book released on or before Philly Brickfest 2018 weekend. That has still yet to be seen if it's going to be a reality, but so much of the book has already been going underway that it may just happen. I still have to work through a photographer in order to get all the pictures and visuals for the book. And I've actually had several different LEGO items that would be described in the book, such as this LEGO clock with a defective LEGO dolphin mold in it, that have remained sealed for quite some time just to have good visuals for the book. If I open this thing up, it would be very hard to understand it, but I think as it is, you get the better idea. Things like that will be incorporated into the book. Some things I don't have the original product's packaging with it, or I may have opened it up at an earlier time, but I will still have the product shown, so you'll get a good idea about it. But I still need to find a way to get some high quality photos to put all throughout the book and make it a good visual experience as well as a written one. When it comes to the writing process, that's probably one thing that I've worked on very much so far and has been going very well since the last teaser. I've actually broken it down more organized now, and it has 3 different chapter types, different styles of how they're written, that will make the content in the whole book very interesting. And I'm not really saying that it's going to go in a specific order, and you'll see a little bit more about that later on. For now, I can talk about a little bit of those types in just a moment. I did put out a proposal to No Starch Press when it came to the publication of the book, so they can get a better idea of how it's going to be worked out for the writing and how it's broken down for the style of it. For those who don't know, No Starch Press has done several different publications over time, and they actually have quite a category for LEGO fan books. Some of the favorites I have are the Unofficial LEGO Builder's Guide, the LEGO Animation book, which came out last year by Brick 101 and Pig Animations, and also the LEGO Technic and Power Functions Ideas books. It's kind of a series of them, but sometimes bundled together, by Yoshihito Isagawa. He also has done a few videos on YouTube to look at different angles of those and many other Technic creations. I think this is a reliable publisher when it comes to adding my LEGO book into their library. I do have hardcover copies of these books, so I definitely know that the printing is very good quality. They do very well with the photography. Everything is very well laid out from book to book. And there are also different sizes and styles of books, so that I can fit something very well to work with my book. But I still have yet to hear back from them about the proposal and what needs to be revised for the book itself. And I have let them know that photography still needs to be worked out for the book. We'll see how that goes. Now, as far as the writing style for the book, there are 3 different chapter types that I've incorporated. The first one is about a specific LEGO product that I talk about extensively. For each of these chapters, there are only a couple pages with several visuals in between them. This first one has to do with a specific LEGO product or a specific wave of a certain LEGO product that I thought I could find a bunch of research for, or have just studied very well, and I could translate that into the book with its own information. One of my favorite examples of anything in this book is actually written in that style. There is a chapter that is about the first real LEGO video game. If you ask most people, you would say LEGO Island for the PC in 1997. As I know, and is a lesser known fact, there was one released several years before that in 1995. Some of you may actually know which product I'm talking about. I picked up a while ago in 2017. This is something that I've studied multiple times. I've written extensively about and broken it down into all different elements. So they would be elements about the distribution of it, the video game console it was made for, which by itself was an obscurity, the gameplay of the video game, and the different LEGO products that are shown throughout the video game. As many LEGO games show, there are some things created specifically for the game, and there are some things that are actual LEGO products you could purchase. around that time. I definitely did a good list of breaking down all the Lego sets that I found throughout this game. It's a pretty good chapter. I really do enjoy the product itself, and I really enjoyed the writing for it as well. There's another chapter type that I have that's about a certain category of Lego games. This one's a little bit more broad. It'll have a lot more visuals of different products throughout the chapter. It'll still have a good amount of detail to talk about it from one product to another, but it'll be put under one big category. As you may see through sources such as Brickset and Bricklink, here's one example that I have that also had fun writing, and it was about Lego food promotions. Now with a broad title like that, I could put in a whole bunch of things. So it's not only about McDonald's Happy Meal toys, but there are also other fast food toys from Jack in the Box and Burger King that I can add into the same category. Beyond that, when it comes to food products, I can also add in about Quaker Oats that has done several Lego promotions. I can also add in about other companies that have had small Lego sets or promotions to go with them, usually food distributed. Some of the more famous examples would be from Kabaya Sweets in Japan, where several Lego polybags you've probably seen over time have appeared or have been redistributed in some way as just a regular polybag. And there's quite a whole bunch of them that I can go through in this book. And for one big chapter about food promotions, that's actually really cool to talk about. And for each little paragraph or so, I talk about each of those different food promotions and different ways to obtain them at the time. There's even one in there about the Applebee's Orient Expedition Cup and Activity Book, which you may remember I talked about some time ago. The third type of writing style for these chapters has to do with a timeline. This is a lot more of a visual thing than a written thing, but there is some writing to go into different points about that timeline that make it kind of interesting. And there's also a visual shown throughout it so that you can easily comprehend how one thing transitioned into another. One of my favorite chapters that I wrote for this section has to do with the evolution of Lego digital building. And this is basically any type of software that encourages building with Lego bricks on a computer screen or on some form of electronic media. One of those examples actually does come from the first real Lego video game and extends all the way to Lego Worlds. And all throughout there, you get to see different pictures of each of those products, some screenshots of how you would build them in the games. You would also get to see how it's changed over time, like the different user interfaces, the different pieces that were available, and the different functions that would allow those pieces to work together with each other. Obviously, Lego people know about the Lego Digital Designer, but there's plenty on both ends of before and after that are fun to talk about. So this is definitely that kind of coffee table book that you would have with Lego fans. Something that if you didn't really know a lot of Lego stuff or have gone through a rabbit hole like I have multiple times through Bricklink, this would be something interesting to have around and have a read every so often to learn a little bit more about Lego. These are kind of under the radar sorts of history and products that really don't see the light of day, but were interesting for their time just to stretch out into some other media. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to leave your comments and questions down below. I'll be happy to answer them in another update video. And hopefully by then, we'll have some more progress going in the book and more certainty about its publication. We'll see you next time with more Lego videos.